The pick is in.
And the Detroit Red Wings have made a selection in the 2024 NHL Draft. I'm Gil Martin, and we are joined by Brian Fisher from Locked On Red Wings to break down the Detroit Red Wings selection of Michael Brandsegg-Nygard with the number 15 pick, presented by Indeed. There is no I in team, but there is one in Indeed, and that's the hiring platform you need to build yours. To upgrade your job post at Indeed.com/lockedon. So, Brian, what makes MBN such a good fit for the Detroit Red Wings?
Well, for starters, the Red Wings needed more help on the wings, and he fills that need. And for once, experts got it right when it comes to the draft. This is the guy that everybody has been projecting to be drafted by the Detroit Red Wings. He was on our short list as well. There's so much to love about his game. He's a power forward. He's a two-way forward. He's a physical forward. Like every one of those adjectives you can use to be thrilled about this kid is amazing. He's such an intense forechecker. He's 6'1" as of right now. He could still grow at 18 years old. He's not afraid to throw his weight around. And I know some people will go on Elite Prospects, right, and look at his stats and say, oh, he only had 18 points in Hockey Allsvenskan, the second best professional league in Sweden, and think, wow, his production's not there. That production is coming, and it's going to come with him. I could not be more thrilled with him because he is going to add an element to the Detroit Red Wings identity that they currently lack, and that is that true power forward type. We've got the skill guys in Lucas Raymond, Alex DeBrincat, and Dylan Larkin, but we need somebody to really get in the corners, pursue that puck, get that puck out, and then still have a scoring touch to finish with. Gil, I could go on and on. This is a guy that Scotty and I have been talking about for weeks as somebody that the Red Wings should target. All the other experts have been projecting them. Max Bultman of The Athletic, his very first mock draft, that was the guy they had the Red Wings taken. It's and it's a little bit of history, too. It's the first ever Norwegian, because he might be playing in Sweden, but he's Norwegian by birth. First ever Norwegian taken in the first round. So I'm really excited for this kid.
Now, power forwards usually take a little longer to reach the NHL, to develop. How far off do you think he is from playing in the NHL with Detroit?
Well, I want to be realistic about it, right? Like, I'm really thrilled about him, but he is just now getting into his first full season in the SHL, and a lot of these guys taken between 10 and 20 take at least 2 years in the SHL to make the leap to North America. That's not necessarily the NHL. So, for example, Axel Sandin Pellikka, who they took 17th overall last season, big scoring defenseman, offensive-minded defenseman. He's going back for a second year. So I think you're looking at probably a minimum of 3 years for him to make the NHL, unless he just really wows at training camp. But I mean, that's at a minimum. Realistically, it might be closer to 4. But that's par for the course for a guy you're going to pick right around 15. That's just how they typically go.
And what is the biggest need for Detroit after filling in this pick right here?
In the draft or in general?
In the draft.
That's a good question. They have a really good pipeline right now. I know McKean Saki ranked them the number 1 pipeline. I still think they need a dynamic goal scorer. Somebody who just puts the puck in the back of the net. And I think really that's all they lack in their pipeline right now is just that pure dynamic goal scorer. I think Nate Danielson has offensive upside. I think Marco Kasper has a little bit untapped potential offensively as well. But in the draft, they still need that guy. But Michael Brandsegg-Nygard, I think he really fits the identity that Detroit Red Wings are trying to form. He's big, he's physical, he's smart defensively as well. He plays both sides of the ice. And he is going to get that puck. He is going to chase that puck, and he's going to take it from you. And that's what I'm thrilled about.
All right. Well, for more on the Red Wings, subscribe to Locked On Red Wings on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts. And now for more on Michael Brandsegg-Nygard, let's get an inside look at his path to the NHL.
Is Michael Brandsegg-Nygard the most refined player in the 2024 NHL Draft class? I'm Sebastian High from Locked On NHL Prospects, ready to give you a breakdown. Brandsegg-Nygard is a 6'1", 201-pound right winger who played with Mora IK in Hockey Allsvenskan, Sweden's second pro division last season, and he played excellent hockey, scoring 18 points in 41 regular season games before ramping it up in the playoffs with 10 points through 12 games. He's a defensively responsible winger who applies pressure on the back check, is positionally sound, but is also a really good goal scorer. He features a heavy release and he gets to the gritty, dangerous areas of the ice. The Norwegian winger plays stylistically a bit along the lines of a Timo Meier with increased defensive potential, and he could be an NHLer within a year or two's time. For more on him and all other 2024 eligible prospects, make sure to check us out at Locked On NHL Prospects on YouTube or wherever you find your podcasts.
And for continuing coverage of the 2024 NHL Draft, subscribe to Locked On NHL on YouTube, wherever you get your podcasts. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.